All right, here I am at the Crossroads Village Railroad crossing here in Genesee Township, Michigan. Now, this crossing right here, as a little fun fact, this was actually the very first crossing I have ever toured. Now, this is the main crossing in the village owned by the Huckleberry Railroad, and yeah, like I said, it's the first one I've ever toured. And I decided to retour for you guys today for my 100 crossing tour series of videos that is just started. So yeah, and I thought I had the chance for today, and there has been a few minor changes to this crossing ever since I've been here, as you may tell. So yeah, I guess with that said, I'll go ahead and explain as I go on, so let's get to it. So for the first signal, this has a doorman base, as I found out originally that this was actually a branch brand of SafeTran made in Detroit, and there is no emergency information on this crossing since it is a privately owned and maintained crossing. You can see here's a close-up on her. And the changes to the crossing is they replaced the old they replaced the old stop on red signal and 2 track signs with brand new ones, as you can see with the reflectors and bigger font. So yeah, and for the gate mechanism over here, this has a doorman gate mechanism, as you can see. Pretty dusty though, sitting on a doorman base. And this gate has some incandescent gate lights, as you can see, no wind guard. Some of this unknown Bray, and I forgot what these are. And for some reason, there isn't a bolt holding the gate on right here. And for the lights, this has 2 pairs of SafeTran 8-inch lights, or Rayco 8-inch lights. These could be like doorman 8-inch lights, but this is either Rayco or SafeTran. As you can see, no logo. They shaved them off and painted them. Sitting on an unlabeled light bracket, which I believe this is a doorman light bracket. And this has no bell on it. So yeah, let's go ahead and go over here. There's a few other people like playing music and whatnot. And right here's the train that we just caught, led by Huckleberry Railroad number 12 again. So yeah, so here's the next signal, which is similar to the first. Has another doorman base zip tied on, and once again, no emergency information. And as you can see, one weird part of this crossing worth mentioning, this is actually the only double track crossing in the village, because they use the other track right here as a spare or storage track for now. And this track also does not, for some reason, have a circuit to activate the crossing. So when a train is on this track, it does not activate, which is really weird since this is a privately owned crossing and whatnot. And for the gate mechanism, this has another doorman gate mechanism, as you can see, sitting on a doorman base. If I go over here, yep, which is another branch brand of SafeTran, I assume. As you can see, everything's painted black at this crossing, which is pretty cool. And this, once again, has more of these unknown incandescent gate lights. And also, they do fence off this crossing whenever it activates, just for extra safety. Pretty neat stuff. Pretty neat, unique crossing just to walk through. So yeah, and for the lights, once again, this has 2 more pairs of either Rayco or SafeTran 8-inch lights, as you can see, incandescent, sitting on another unlabeled light bracket, possibly doorman. And for the bell, this has a SafeTran or Rayco mechanical bell. I believe this is a Rayco mechanical bell. Now, one weird thing with this bell, when I got this crossing in action a bunch of times, this bell was wired many different times in like different configurations. So once this bell was wired to only ring when the gates are going down and ring all the way through, but not like as soon as the crossing activated. Now, usually this bell would ring all the way through, but right now it is wired to ring when the gates are when the entire way through, up until the gates start going up. And also, this bell right here is sadly dying. Like, it is very quiet and very flat sounding, and it's missing beats over and over again, so it may get replaced soon. But that's the iconic bell here. And also, another thing worth mentioning, up until 2015, this crossing used to have wishbone gates, but they took them out because they were putting a lot of strain on the gate mechanisms due to how heavy they were, just like Genesee Road. So yeah, let's go ahead. With that said, there's the show. Here's the relay case, also painted black, and there's also a little test switch on the side of it, and you can see the little indicator light. So yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the track view. Down there is heading towards a crossbuck crossing, as you can see, near the mill, and it also heads towards the loop where the train turns around and comes back and stops. You can see the junction where it splits up and the junction for the loop. And down there is heading towards James Bassett Drive, Genesee Road, and also another loop right by the Genesee County Fairgrounds where the train also turns around at. So yeah, pretty neat stuff I had to say here. Finally, retour this rather iconic crossing here at Crossroads Village, or I would say Main Street, but I would call it the Crossroads Village crossing because it's just a walk-through crossing. So with that said, this was the Crossroads Village railroad crossing here in Genesee Township, Michigan. Yeah, this is quite quite the crossing, I have to say. Filmed by so many people, including me. And yep, there's Joseph Train on track and Acer Eclipse down there holding my tripod while I make this video real quick, retouring this rather iconic crossing. So I guess with all that said, over and out.